Hello from the Yarn Closet in Southern Arizona. This is Laura. And here we are. I've been having recording issues. I did a live on YouTube a while back. So we're getting some glare from the natural light. My hair's being goofy today. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking this isn't growing out quite as well as I was hoping it would grow out. So that's a bummer. But I think maybe we're just at a stage I need to just kind of work through. We're on a pretty cold day today. And Mitzi, will you lay down? Come here. Get up here and lay down. Come on. I will help you get up there. It has been an eventful week. So I will show some stuff. Remember the red mittens that I finished? These are superwash. Use the same parameters as I did with these. These are Maritime Family Fibers. They're woolly wool. So if you did wash and dry these, they would shrink substantially. But we need something actually woolly because we do get snow here. And I definitely think going with the longer thumb was the way to go because this feels a little bunchy and weird. But I can double layer these for my daughter. So if we have snow, she's covered. I still have a pair of mittens from last year that I didn't pull out that I think are a little small. So I might pull those out. And they have purple in them. They're gray and purple and green stripes because I have this hat that I made last year. I have those mittens. And then I have this neck warmer scarf. See that? And we are doing we're trying to do something like a homemade give a gift, get a gift thing at school this year. It's also like, how do I get you up more without making you fall? Because everyone's got to be annoyed by my falling. Ooh, and that's a magnet. Oh, that's a magnet. That is so perfect. This is much better. Far more improved. I still don't like this. See this chunk that ends here and then we got more coming. It flows better here, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I think this side of my head is just like heavier hair. So that bugs me. So anyway, I have the neck warmer, I have the hat, and then I have the gloves. So that would be an interesting like kids set. And they're all superwash. So that means washer dryer safe. And wouldn't that be a cool thing? What else? I finished this. This is that cotton wool mixed yarn. I haven't done anything really to wash or block it, but this is a kind of a weird style that I like for a neck warmer. I do ribbing, I do some work, and then I do a row of pearls, and then I do some sort of amount of stuff, and then I catch it together and seam it. I did not want this to be super thick here. I wanted it to still be light because this is a cotton wool mix. It's warm, but it's a little bit lighter. But do you see how making this, keeping this a bit tight, and this is the same 84 stitches as I often do on a hat. So it gets a tighter neck, and then it lays flat, and there's no rippling. It lays really flat. You know, there's a lot of patterns out there for ones that are much longer that kind of cover your shoulders, but I don't like that because I don't like that. I don't like that. It just makes it, I don't like that. So that's what I got. And I really kind of like it. Now, I'm not going to wear it with this, obviously, but if I wore it just with a t-shirt and like a hooded pullover sweatshirt where I've cut the hood out, because I like to do that. I don't like the bulk of the hood, but I still like something around my neck sometimes, especially if it's windy or really cold, because I have those neck and shoulder issues. So this fits really well. And then here is one that I made last year, you might recall. And then I have a blue one, and see how this one has a longer fold over? And this is just a super wash. So it's kind of stretched out because the super washes stretch out more. But see how this fold then lays really solidly. And then this is more stretched out, so it's not as tight. But that's what I really like. And that's not a pattern that I've ever seen anywhere else. So there you go. Also, remember, because of the fold, you can more easily fold it in again and then make ear warmers. So if all of a sudden you're somewhere and you need ear warmers and not a neck warmer, these are easier to fold because of that folded row. But I really like them. That's what I like. So that's probably the style of that Barocco purple and green yarn that I have a skein of pulled out. That's probably what I will do with those. I started a old-fashioned corner-to-corner fold over like hot pad with some of that cotton wool yarn because I just didn't know what to do, and I had some time at work that I needed to fill. Because remember, I'm a volunteer most days, so my days aren't always full, but my husband only comes in, hey, guys, to drop us off in the morning and pick us up in the afternoon. So there might be a day where I'm pretty much done except checking kids in and out and putting books away by lunchtime, so I have some knit or crochet time. However, we left early on Wednesday. My daughter was sick, and so she stayed home on Thursday and Friday. She probably could have gone in on Friday without a problem, but we weren't sure. There's been this influenza A going around. My aunt, my cousin, both my parents, Kitty and Ed, have it. My dad, Wayne, who's my mom's ex-husband, doesn't live with them, but they do a lot together. He doesn't have it yet. And they're all, my cousin and my aunt both ended up in the hospital because of it. And the hospital let her go, sent her home with my stepdad. Even though, what are you chewing on? Even though, that's not a chew stick. Even though in the ICU, she'd fallen off the toilet 3 times, they still sent her home hours later. He said it was so hard getting her in the house because it was like dragging a drunk person. She had no energy and really no wherewithal. So be cautious. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Call your doctor. Sometimes they didn't even, my mom's doctor, my mom and stepdad go to different doctors. My mom's doctor didn't even want her to go in. She called the office, told her, these people have it, this is what I'm feeling. They immediately sent a prescription for Tamiflu, which she got delivered to the house. So be proactive, hydrate, because they say there's this new thing called flu brain. It's actually like a version of encephalopathy, where you get dehydrated and you get confused and whatever. And my aunt had that, and they call it flu brain now. And the key to that is hydration. Also, the dehydration can lead to other things. She also had a UTI, which added to her confusion. So yeah, I mean, be cautious. And we just weren't sure if my daughter was getting it. So we were cautious. And I understand that schools only allow certain days off in the year. I get it. But that's one where you've got to work with some grace towards your school, and they've got to work with some grace towards you. And if you just approach them kindly, like if you are having issues, we're going over a day or two. And if that's not your regular thing, I think it'll be fine. But I get it. I get it that the schools are really, since the pandemic, are really getting harsh on people just being sick all the time and taking days off all the time, because it doesn't help with your academics. But, you know, there's a time to be cautious too. And now we're going to look at the projects. I have gone project crazy. I can't start anything else until I get some of this stuff done. Here is my Mama and Stitches linen stitch crocheted blanket. Still working on it. I haven't made a lot of progress. It's a couple of rows here and there. I'm using 2 different skeins of mandala. I do 2 rows at a time, and I'm loving it, but it's not working up as fast as I would like. And I have to be cautious with my crochet because that aggravates my neck and my shoulder. Oh, look at that. I have made no progress on this, but now that I have the new yarn closet, I'm telling you, the cats would love it if I would just finish this up, because there's a couple spots where I could throw this. There's wood floors in here that I love, and they would love it. And look, I just found another skein of this, which I might make a hat out of, because I made that hat and then gave it away. So, did I finish combining these? Nope, I didn't. I started another. See how wide this is? I'm going to do this, I think I'm going to do this 8 to 10 squares straight down, and then maybe a border. I don't know. Depends on how much of this rusty color I have. And then I also have this one that I'm working up, which I'm trying to make this at least 60 squares. Mitzi, no! So those are coming together pretty quickly. I've had to buy a new footstool because the dog, Mitzi particularly, is having a hard time getting on my taller bed, and she didn't like the footstool that I had, so I put that back out with the couch. And my mom got these pillows on Amazon. They fit the couch perfectly, and they're a little bit stiffer. So like we had this really slouchy, gross back pillow because this is like an 80s old couch that cats have destroyed and kids have thrown up on, and you know, I mean, it's definitely seen a better day. So they didn't work on her thing. So she gave them to me, and they work just perfect. Do you want to see it? Should we go see it? Let's flip you around. So we're leaving my room. Hi, Mitzi. So I just had some big stuffed pillows as back to this, and they weren't firm enough. But do you see how these, and they have these little pouches on the side. But do you see how these, thanks, Connor, just fill it in perfectly? Mitzi, he lives here. It looks a little bit better. I love it. And see the footstool matches. because we have the 70s brick. So here's the yarn closet again. Yeah, I didn't really make my bed today. Oh, look at this. Is this coming apart? Oh no. But the cats kind of move this because this is on rollers. And the cats do jump up. Mitzi, stop! I'm podcasting! Come here. Mitzi, come. Come on. Get in a bed. Thank you. So that's on rollers. So when they jump up there, they roll it around too. See that? The little red hen. The moral of the story, write a list. That's not the moral of the story, but it's a good takeaway. Mocha's like, can I sit by you? Really? I can sit by you. Can I? They are getting along better. They are starting to run around a little bit more together. Now I have a cat trying to push the door open. This is the problem of having the yarn closet inside, is all of the animals and the disruption and stuff. Can you hear the wind, or is it being blocked out by the microphone stuff? Also Wednesday night, we woke up, or I woke up and my daughter woke up, and there were ambulance and police across the street. Our neighbor of 62 passed away in his sleep. And we are just heartbroken for his family. He was a strong family man, husband and grandpa. My cat keeps scratching me in the middle of the night. I don't know what to do. I might have to put like Band-Aids over it. I might have to do that. Because it keeps getting worse and worse, not better and better. So it's been a rough week, like I said, with the sickness on my side of family, with what's going on in the neighborhood, and my daughter not feeling good. It's just been a little overwhelming. We have 2 days of school, Monday and Tuesday, and then we have 3 days off for Thanksgiving, which is quite unusual. We normally only have 2. So I'm grateful for that. Very grateful. I'm grateful for all the people who are still over on Patreon, following for free, and paying to be a part of the community, because it does help. For yarn supplies, lights, I'm looking into how do I improve the lighting thing, because I am legally blind. I don't know if what I'm seeing on the screen is actually what is coming out for you, because I have my screens brighter, or what. And I know that things are washing out and whatever. So I am looking into lighting this next year. I usually save up my Patreon funds and spend them on something. New camera, new microphone thing. Some of the things have not worked. But this year I'm looking into lighting options and seeing how we can improve that. So, oh look, Ginger was in here somewhere. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Ginger. You can hear the other cat coming in, can't you? Hi, Ginger. My little... Yeah. Uh-huh. And yes, I have kids stuff on the walls. I like having the stuff my kids made me up. A lot of people don't. I don't mind. We have some throughout the house also. I hope you're having a good season. We're going into Thanksgiving. Remember to be grateful. There's always something you can be grateful for. And sometimes it's very forced, but, you know, it's there. And then Christmas not too far after, and we're done, and we can move on. I am not the biggest fan of the holiday season. It was very stressful as a kid. My current husband grew up without celebrating much, and when they did celebrate, it was very Christ-centered. We don't have a social network. We really don't have friends. I mean, I have some friends. He has some men that he interacts with, but we really don't have friends. So it just makes it tough. And we don't have a lot of family that we're that close to. So I'm trying to do food. Food is kind of what I focus on throughout the holidays. Today I'm making special K-bars. We also called them Trixie bars growing up. Like 6 cups of Special K in a pot after you've put a cup of sugar, Caro syrup, and peanut butter in, and you've melted that together. Then 6 cups of cereal, sometimes 7. Because sometimes measuring that stuff is a little challenging because of the stick factor. Yes, you can spray your measuring cup with spray, and that makes stuff come out easier, but still, it's a challenge. Okay, you mix it all together. So use a big pot. And then you put it in a grease 9 by 13. Push it down. Use some parchment paper or something, push it down. And then you take chocolate chips or chocolate and butterscotch and you throw them all on the top. And you put it in like a 3 to 350 oven for just a minute or 2 until those start to glisten and melt. Pull it out, spread it. I find that so much easier than melting the chocolate with butter or coconut or something and then trying to frost it. I just think it's so much easier. Just melt the chips and smush it. Then you put it in the fridge for a couple of hours to set and cool down, and you cut them, and yum-tastic. And yes, I have been blowing my diet left and right, but I'm okay with that because I already had some room in my pants. So we're good. And this is the season, and my daughter asked me, what is my joy in the season? Is it Christmas music? Is it decorations? Is it presents? What is it? And I said, it's the food. So I'm having fun with it. And I think about what your thing is and focus in on that if you're struggling, like I often do. And good luck. Look with your heart first, not your eyes. Thank you for being here. Love you. See you next week. Hopefully this uploads.